Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. This is my second song breakdown video, and in this one I'm gonna be breaking down my single, Humanoid. So before I get into it, I want to thank Dana Mardali, Muhammad Halwani and Jawad Dahdah who helped me make the song possible. So thank you guys so much. So before I dive into the song, because I'm gonna be kind of attacking society and how people expect you to live and what people tell you to do, I want to make it clear that my parents have always pushed me towards music. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this right now. I wouldn't even be able to do this right now. I wouldn't have been a drummer. I wouldn't have been... My mom's a guitarist. She's into music. My mom's family is into music. So it's thanks to them. So this is in no way an attack on my parents or like any rebellious stuff like that. And so let's get right into it. So I wrote this song in 2018 in Canada when I was there studying. And the riff is what came to me at first. Like, this whole song started with this melody suddenly popping into my head. Which is the whole basis of the song. And then I started building the song from that melody and up. So let's start with the intro. So if you recognize this melody, it's because it's the vocal melody in the pre-chorus, which is
still standing on your own, still waiting on your time.
So the guitar and the vocals here are calling back at each other. Another interesting point in the intro is all the MIDI instruments, which are really enriching the sound without stealing the spotlight from that screaming guitar. And so this is divided into many layers. So that's one layer. That's another layer. Another layer. Another layer. And another layer. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers that are making this spacey sci-fi feel. So here at the end of the intro, this is why Mo, who is the Insomniac, is my go-to, because he knows what to do. Like, it might be obvious and it might sound obvious, like once it's there, it's just like, well, yeah, of course he's gonna do that. But he does things that I would never think of. So look at what he does here. Listen to this. Now. So these things make Mo Mo. So with everything else, it's just these little Mo touches that take the song from 0 to 100. That's why he should be your go-to guitarist. Okay, so the verse. In the verse, it's very reverb heavy because I wanted to give it this vast, ominous, mysterious feel. If we listen to the instrumental, so this guitar line must be my favorite guitar line out of everything I've ever written because of its vengeful attitude. It sounds so dark and so evil, and it sounds like someone's mind is becoming so corrupted with thoughts that are unpleasant and uninvited. So let's listen to the guitar on its own. So to me, this sounds like someone descending into insanity and madness and anger and chaos. Especially those notes. Those two ascending notes, to me, make the verse. If those notes were not in the verse, I would have not had this attachment to it. So something else that's nice to pay attention to in the verse is the synth over here. So this repeats the whole time during the verse. So if I put this with the guitars, still going. Okay, so now the vocals of the verse.
Abandoned and broken, regretful aren't we all? Regretful for all we are, for all we could have been.
So the lyrics of this song. I really loved seeing how people interpreted the lyrics differently and people related it to themselves. And I was happy to hear that. So I'm happy to see that when I say how I feel, other people can feel like they're not alone in feeling this way, you know? Basically, the lyrics are about society and how it conditions you to live in a certain way, to live by its rules, and to live how it wants you to live. And when you try to oppose it, it crushes you down more and more. And how people are not accepting of if someone decides to take a different path than them, and they find it weird and they find it alien. And so this is what the song is about. And that's why it's called Humanoid, because society turns us into humanoids, into robots who are supposed to play the game in a certain way, how they expect us to. And I've always wanted to be a musician, but the things I've heard growing up really scared me terrified me, paralyzed me of becoming a musician. And finally I'm doing it, and I'm grateful for that. But this is a song for everyone who did not do it and did not have the courage to say, you know what, I don't care what anyone thinks, and I'm gonna do this no matter the consequences. Those lyrics are that. So in Dana's part, in her vocals, when she's singing before I come in, the lyrics are about the potential that society has if only it wasn't so closed-minded and judgmental and restrictive of what other people want to do. But society just builds a wall in their face and makes them think that what they're doing is wrong or stupid or silly. So let's continue. So I'll break down the lyrics as I go along in the song, okay? So pre-chorus. So the interesting thing in the pre-chorus is the notes that I talked about on the guitar, my favorite notes, these. They continue into the pre-chorus on a synth, and it does this. So those are the same notes, so there's still that theme and ambience of disturbance and chaos and madness. So this is the same melody as we heard in the intro, also on a synth, but it's a different synth. And for here, for the pre-chorus, I chose the synth because it's really in your face and it's where those distorted guitars come in. So you have that sudden anger. So basically, فشت خلق. So because in this part we've become more aggressive, this is kind of where I wanted to introduce the robotic transformation of this individual. And that's why I chose this synth, because this synth sounds very sci-fi robot programming, and that's what's happening to our main character here. And so my other favorite guitar line is this. These were Mo's idea, by the way. He sent these back and I had not written these lines. They blew me away because the beauty is the simplicity. He's the guitarist you should go to. Okay, so now let's focus on the vocals, the lyrics of the pre-chorus.
Still standing on your own, still waiting on your time.
So these lyrics are basically talking about how lonely someone can feel when they feel out of place in a society that's telling them what you like is wrong and what you want in life is silly and stupid, which is hard to live with. And so this is what the pre-chorus is saying. Still waiting on your time here means that is a reference to like this illusion that someone can tell themselves this will pass, I'll do this later, it'll come alone. For example, like not taking matters into your own hands, thinking that it'll get better alone later. So I'm gonna start with the lyrics in the chorus this time, since we were already talking about lyrics.
Still thinking that you've got a peaceful place for your broken soul and your blackened mind, broken home, but put that face back on and smile away and slave away.
Your broken soul is when society has finally crushed you and there's nothing left, and your blackened mind, which is when someone sees nothing but darkness in whatever is ahead, which is when you stop believing that you can play a role in this society because society has been telling you, we don't need you, we don't want you. Your broken home is basically the society that you live in. So now your soul is broken and your mind is broken because your society is broken, which is your home, basically. So you act like everything is okay, you put a face on, you don't let people know how you feel, and you're slaving away, which is you're working in something and you're doing something that isn't what you actually want to do, but you're doing it with a smile because you're expected to do it with a smile. So those are the lyrics. As for the instrumental, it's finally the big relief of the tension that the verse and pre-chorus build up to. So it's those vast guitar lines, open chords, open crash, bass is playing big, large open notes. So you're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting, and then you finally give up. So the chorus is kind of giving up. And so now the second verse and the second pre-chorus and the second chorus instrumentally are extreme. The verse is the same instrumentally. I'm just gonna focus on the lyrics.
Your mind is broken glass. You're running out of breath. They told you to be bulletproof, but they stripped you of your vest.
Your mind is no longer functional. And I used broken glass on purpose because just the image of broken glass is like you just know in what state this person's mind is. Okay, so you're running out of breath, which means that this person is tired and can't fight anymore. And this is my favorite sentence in the whole song. They told you to be bulletproof, but they stripped you of your vest. I'm sure I'm not the only one in the world who has been told by family, friends, people in general, strangers even, you can do whatever you want, you can do it, you can be whatever you want. And then when you decide that you want to be something, it goes and says, oh, you want to be that? You can't be that. You can be anything else you want to be. And you're just there, like, one day I'll write a song. So, pre-chorus, second pre-chorus. So the guitars in the pre-chorus. The Amazing Insomniac. This guy needs to change his YouTube channel name to The Amazing Insomniac, not just The Insomniac. So that's the only difference in the second pre-chorus.
Starting over but your blood's gone all black. So now you have no hope.
So these lyrics mean that now that you've been reconditioned and brainwashed into conforming to society's rules, you're starting your life over again, but now your blood's gone all black. So now you're starting life with a malfunction. So now you have no hope to find some rest for. In the first pre-chorus, it was still thinking that you've got a peaceful place for. In the second pre-chorus, it's so now you have no hope to find some rest for. So this individual understood the game and gave up and stopped searching for the way out of society's game. So this is my favorite harmony in the whole song and in everything, like in Runaway Jack's album, in my previous song, in all the covers I've done, in all the songs I am writing, and in this song. This harmony right here.
But your blood's gone all black.
I hope that my next songs have such an interesting harmony. Like, I know it's not the most groundbreaking harmony ever, but it just gives you relief in such a dark song. Like, it's this little glimmer of hope, and then it just throws you back down, you know? Like,
Starting over again.
hopelessness,
But your blood's gone all black.
some hope,
So now you have no hope.
chaos. Every single harmony means something, and that's why this song is my favorite, personally, from everything I've written. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through the second chorus because it's the same as the first chorus. Instead, I'm gonna jump into everyone's favorite part. I got so many comments about this part. I'm gonna start with the midis that go like this. So obviously, the instrumental here is a big relief. It's a big breakthrough. It's like breaking free, but it really isn't. Like, the instrumental is, but the vocals are even, the notes and everything that's happening. But the lyrics are the least free thing that you can imagine.
And so you're born into this world of hate and pain. You didn't ask for it, and now you find yourself alone, a stranger on your own. And so you gotta try and face this place. You gotta face this on your own. So out of place, out of your mind, you gotta follow all their games. Now you're a man and you're not even half prepared for.
Okay, so this is a really long part. These lyrics are straightforward, so I'm not going to dissect them. I'm not going to say what every line means and stuff. But basically, the general idea I wanted here is birth to after death of someone who is born in such a society, in a society that tells you how to live. From the minute he's born, and so you're born into this world of hate and pain, you didn't ask for it, and now you find yourself alone, a stranger on your own. And then it ends with, you lost the game of life, the only turn you had, and threw it all away. That's it, game over. Hope there is another life where you can try again a second time. So from the moment you were born until after you die, your life can revolve around regret and living a certain way that you did not want to live. And so you go through all the stages of your life just thinking, what if? What could have been? You know? What if I had done this differently? What if I had followed what I wanted to do? What if I hadn't given in to society, to what society expects and wants from me? The lyrics are available in the audio-only video that I posted. You can find it on my channel. I'll put a link in the description for that video if you want to read the lyrics. The lyrics are also in the music video. It's like a lyric video at the end, so you can see them there. The reason why this part is repetitive is because life, if you conform to a society, is repetitive, but the music is growing and growing. From the beginning of this part to the end of it, it's escalating because it's basically life, which is passing, but you're living it the same way. So you're living a boring routine that is not evolving with you, with your life. So that's how society makes a robot out of you. So there are 5 harmonies, there are 5 layers of vocals. This is the first one.
Now you're a man and you're not even half prepared for.
The second one.
Now you're a man and you're not even half prepared for this.
Third one.
Now you're a man and you're not even half prepared for this.
Fourth one. So the fourth one is the octave of the first one.
Now you're a man and you're not even half prepared.
They're octaves.
For this. What did?
And the fifth one is an octave of the second one. So
now you're a man and you're not even half prepared for this. What did they do to you?
So this is obviously very harshly auto-tuned. I flattened the curve of my vocals so that it sounds extremely robotic. It sounds robotic on purpose because the whole point of the song is that a human being is turning into a robot. And some people told me, bro, don't lie, it's auto-tuned at the end, isn't it? That's the point. The point is that this person is turning into a robot. So yes, it is auto-tuned at the end. It is very harshly auto-tuned at the end. And it's auto-tuned this harshly on purpose. And that's that. That's this song. So before I end the video, I just wanted to mention that it's really interesting to see how different people interpret this song differently, lyrics-wise. Many people thought it's about Lebanon. To me, it has nothing to do with Lebanon, but it's amazing to see that people relate things to what they're feeling, and I'm happy that this song, like, it's not wrong that you're relating it to Lebanon if you relate it to Lebanon. It's interesting, and I'm happy that you have this song to see it that way, like, for it to kind of express what you're feeling, no matter what you're feeling, towards whatever it is you're feeling that. But personally, to me, it's not about Lebanon. It's about how society conditions and brainwashes an individual to live how it wants that individual to live. And that's the end of this breakdown video. If there's something you wanted me to go through and I didn't go through that, please tell me on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you want, and I will address whatever it is you want me to highlight. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video.